Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Knowledge Circle. Once again, on the request of one of my viewer, I have chosen this topic. Today we will learn about different translator programs and we will also discuss about lexeme analysis. So let's begin this. In this lecture we will be having assembler, compiler and interpreter. This is the overview of it. Then let's talk about assembler. What is assembler and why we need an assembler? See, if you don't know English and a person to whom you have to talk, he doesn't know your language, then what you will do? You will not be able to communicate with that person because you know Hindi, that person do not know Hindi. He knows English. So there is a problem because there is a communication gap. You can't communicate with that person. So what do you need to have? You need to have a common language. But there is no common language between both of you. Then what you will do? You need a translator. You need an interpreter that will convert your language into his language and his language into your language. So in this way what will happen, you will be easily getting the points and you will easily understand the what he wants to express and say. Okay, so what is the use of this assembler? To convert the assembly language into machine language. Then we need to know that what is machine language. As everyone knows that computer understands machine language, and that is 0 and 1. Computer understands only the language of 0 and 1. So when we write any program in second generation language, that is assembly language, the program needs to be converted to machine code. Okay, and what is the name of that program which help us to convert it? That is translator program, that is assembler. So the program which we write, it is written in mnemonic codes. There are certain set of codes which are used in the assembly language. Okay, and these codes are converted later on into assembly language, machine language, sorry. If you see this figure, the figure says that the source program means which you have written, okay, the code which you have written as a programmer, which is having mnemonic opcode and symbols. Assembler will do what? It will convert it to object code. We need to understand what is source code and object code. The program which we write in any particular language, whether it is high level, fourth generation or assembly language, it is called source program. But when we convert it with the help of any translator program, that is called object code. Assembler directives. The assembler can also process assembler directives also. What are assembler directives? It provides instruction to the assembler itself. They are not translated into machine instruction. Okay, so I'm moving forward with this. Working of assembler. How does assembler work? Programmer write the program using a sequence of assemble instructions in its own convenient language. This sequence of assembler instructions known as source code or source program. Okay, then specify to the assembler when the program is started, and then after this source code is converted into machine code, that is called object code. Okay, the output of assembler program is called object code or object program. After the compilation, after the interpretation, then let's talk about compiler. Compiler is different. How compiler is different? Because compiler is used for third generation language. It is not used for second generation like assembly language. Compiler is you can say the best translator program that we have. A program that changes source code to object code, that is called compiler. But in which kind of language? What is the language level? The level of language is high. Okay, what does it do? It checks the syntax of the program. Syntax means what? The structure of the program, how the program is written, whether the program is written in correct pattern or not. Okay, it also checks the program all the time. If you have changed any if you have made any changes to your program, then you need to recompile your program. Okay, so a primary reason for compiling source code is to create an executable program. Whenever you want to have an executable, when you want your program to be executed, when you want to run your program, before running the program, it needs to be compiled. Compilation means checking line by line. Each line will be checked. Every line will be checked by compiler, and if it gets any error, it will generate the error and it will show to the user. So compiler is used basically in third generation language, and these languages are C, C++, Java, Python, okay, JavaScript. So many languages are there. Okay, what is exe files? Executable files. Files that actually do something by carrying out set of instruction. Executable files are those files. These are also known as setup files. Okay, these files have some extra information. Whenever we double click, it gets executed and it follows some instructions. Okay, and it gives us some output. So let's come to the next point. Compiler example, you can see that there is given some of example of compiler is Microsoft, BlueJ and Quincy 2005. So there are some examples of compilers. Each language which has a setup or a software for programming, it has an inbuilt compiler. When you install JDK, you have inbuilt Java compiler inside that. When you install C, you have inbuilt compiler inside this. On your screen right now, you can see there is a picture which I have already explained in the beginning of interpreter. You can see that there are two persons who are speaking something, but in between of them there is another person who is interpreting their information, who is knowing both language, and he is these two person doesn't know each one of language. So what they do, they need an interpreter. The person who is standing in the middle will translate his language to other person's language, and he will also do the same work for the other person. So in this way he works as an interpreter. So this is the basic meaning of interpreter. So once again, at the end of this video of interpreter and compiler, let's have the summary. Assembler is what? Which converts assembly language into machine code. Compiler is what? A program that changes the source code from high level to object code and that has to be executed by a machine. The third one, a computer program that execute instructions written in programming language and do not produces executable file. So let's move to the next topic, lexical analysis. During the lexical analysis, three common terms come into mind, and that is token, lexeme and pattern. So let's understand the difference between these three words. Token is what? Tokens are the smallest individual unit of any kind of program. Okay, so what is token? It has a spatial meaning to the compiler. Compiler understands it as a spatial word. Compiler try to find whether it is identifier, whether it is literal, whether it is a data type. Okay, so there are some certain types of token which conveys spatial meaning to the compiler, so that compiler try to differentiate between those words. If you take the example here, int a equal to 5, compiler will understand that this is a token, this is a, everything is a token here. But which kind of token is this? This is data type, this is an identifier. Okay, variable is a token, but the name of the variable is not token. The name of the variable is what? Lexeme. It is a variable. It is a variable, that is token, but the name of the variable is not token. The value is not token, it is lexeme. The values, the names. In a simple word, if I tell you what is lexeme are alphanumeric values. Once again, what is that? alphanumeric values. Alphanumeric values can be called as lexeme. Okay, so I hope you all have understood the difference between the token and lexeme. Compiler understands token, but these tokens are written in with the help of lexeme. These tokens are also written with the help of lexemes. int is written how? int, these three letters are alphabet. What is a? It is alphabet. What is this? Assignment operator, a kind of operator. It is a token. But in tokens, there is some value of it. It is a kind of character. 5 is what? A value, a literal. But what is 5 exactly? 5 is a value and it holds the 5. So that's why it is what? Lexeme. I hope it's clear. The last one is pattern. If you see here, pattern, if I write in a simple word, it is known as syntax. Whenever we write any code or for any function or a constructor, whenever we learn any programming language, we need to understand the structure and pattern of the program. If I have written here int a equal to 5, it is a code. It's a line of program. But how to write it, we decide it with the help of syntax or a pattern. So what is int? Data type. Then we have to give a space, then variable name, and then assignment operator, and then next the value, the numerical value. So this is the structure for it. This is a general format for it. General form, syntax, patterns. There are different words, but these all words have the same meaning. I hope my viewers and subscriber has got it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Keep sharing it, keep subscribing it. Thank you everyone. Like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest notifications.